This is the OnePlus 5. So I'll give them to you all right now, just to get it over with.
Immediately notice how slim it is. At 7.25mm, the OnePlus 5 is the slimmest OnePlus flagship ever. Another feature that stands out is the alert slider on the left, which allows you to control how and when you are alerted right from your pocket using 3 notification profiles. Right below, you've got your volume rocker, the power buttons on the right, as is the SIM tray. On the front, you will find a 16-megapixel camera for crystal clear selfies and live streaming. If you look closely, you might also notice the speaker grill right here on the front. The fingerprint scanner unlocks your phone in just 0.2 seconds. On the bottom, you will notice that we ditched the 3.5mm headphone jack. The elegance of the overall design is instantly heightened. And who needs a headphone jack anyway? That's why Bluetooth exists, right? Just kidding. Of course the OnePlus 5 had a headphone jack. Right here on the bottom, just look what is right here next to the headphone jack. All of the buttons and parts on the OnePlus 5 have been. What makes the OnePlus 5 great is that we work hard to make sure every aspect contributes to a sleek and visually powerful design. We hope you will feel the thought and care that has gone into as you use your OnePlus 5. Before I hand the mic back to Carl, I'd just like to show off the 2 color options of the OnePlus 5 available at launch: Midnight Black and Slate Gray. Both colors are subdued in their elegance and were created with the same passion as the rest of the design. Every detail.
A dual camera on the OnePlus 5. We didn't just improve the main sensor, we also added a second one. Picking the right sensor is about more than just getting the latest one. With Fast AF, we're using both eyes of our main lens. This allows it to more accurately calculate depth, speeding up autofocus by up to 40%. Like we mentioned, a large aperture is key to taking clear low-light shots. Our Smart Capture software is the brain, improving the clarity of your photos quietly in the background. Let's look at a photo taken at night. It looks a little noisy, don't you think? Whenever you take a photo with a lot of noise, the OnePlus 5 will automatically clear up noise by comparing different frames of the same photo and filtering out inconsistencies. Just look at the photo once the noise is removed. Next up is the zoom. Zooming in digitally with a smartphone is nothing more than stretching pixels, which leads to a loss in quality. Smart Capture combines optical zoom with multi-frame technology to let you zoom in with greater clarity. Just look at the difference. Have you ever taken a shot of a friend in front of a window, only to end up with a black silhouette? We wanted to minimize the negative effects backlighting has on your pictures. The OnePlus 5's improved high dynamic range algorithm allows it to automatically adjust the photo to keep things clear in scenarios with backlighting, instead of casting some objects in the shadow. Different scenarios require different optimizations. So we created a database using over 1,000 different photos to teach the Smart Capture chip how to optimize your shots.
You might be wondering what just happened. Let me explain. In this first shot, I used the new portrait mode. The OnePlus 5 has 2 camera sensors that work together to create a focal separation between faces and backgrounds. Like this. The secret to a sharp and clear low-light photo is getting enough light to the camera's sensor. The bigger the aperture, the more light a camera can capture. So it's a good thing the OnePlus 5 packs a large f1.7 aperture, because remember, when thinking about aperture, the smaller the number, the bigger the aperture. The OnePlus 5's dual camera system can shoot pictures at a higher resolution than any other smartphone camera around. So even at a large size, images are clear and maintain quality, just in case you want to hang one above your couch. And you control exactly. You can decide how much light gets in by changing the ISO or adjust the white balance to remove unnatural color contrast. Using manual focus, you can highlight what's important and make sure every shot is crisp by adjusting the shutter speed. You'll also find the new histogram in the upper right corner of your screen, which helps you gauge the exposure level in a photo in order to correct the brightness level. And if you'd like to optimize your shots after the fact, you can shoot in RAW and shift things like color and exposure when you're editing later.
The OnePlus 5 was designed with an eye for clarity. In between the powerful new hardware and software and great new features like portrait mode, the OnePlus 5 is our best smartphone camera yet. But the best way to back up the OnePlus 5's tagline, dual camera, clearer photos, is by showing you some of the great shots taken on the OnePlus 5 by some of our photographer friends. Look at the amount of details in this photo. They're really, really clear. And check out this portrait. Check out the bokeh effect. This one was taken by me. Burgers on fleek.
We hooked up a OnePlus 5 and a Samsung Galaxy S8 for a charge-off. Let's watch. Do you use your phone when you charge? I do. Let's see what happens when the phones are in use. Dash charge changes the way you use your smartphone. Many of our users have shared stories with us of how they no longer have to charge their OnePlus,
including powerful processing, fiber-like LTE connectivity, stunning graphics, and exceptional multimedia capabilities. So whether you're streaming high-def movies, or you're playing graphics-intensive games, or you're downloading videos, Snapdragon 835 has the power and performance to deliver incredible mobile experiences. And while the Snapdragon 835 is big on computing power, it's 25% more power efficient than our previous generation mobile platform. That's something that power users are really going to appreciate.
packs up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. But that number's not just for show. The more RAM, the faster you can switch between apps, and the more apps you can run. And as a result, anything on your phone happens almost instantly. The OnePlus 5 is also one of the first smartphones to feature a 10 nanometer processor, which draws up to 40% less power than larger 14 nanometer processors found in most other smartphones. In the past, we could only use one lane to transfer data, but by adding a second lane, we've got twice as much bandwidth. And in day-to-day use, this means that reading and writing files is up to 50% faster than before. They did tests while scrolling differed between phones. We actually brought in a special high-speed camera to track the movement on the screen and to measure input speeds. The result, we dramatically improved input speeds on the OnePlus 5, and we think you'll notice the difference. You can count on the OnePlus 5 for a consistently smooth and effortless experience, thanks to our combination of top-tier hardware and intelligent software, and how they've been designed together to work seamlessly. Speaking of software,
Light around you. Through grayscale mapping and by filtering out blue light, reading mode provides a more natural and comfortable reading experience. Reading mode can be toggled on and off manually, or you can set your favorite reading apps to. Did you notice that the brightness and colors of the screen change? That's because I set Kindle app to do is swipe down with your 3 fingers and hit the expand button. The screen automatically starts scrolling down, saving everything on the page until you hit the button again. It's another great example of how a simple feature can make your life a little easier. In the past, opening up the app drawer took you out of the home screen. To experience all that's new, you'll have to check it out for yourself. We printed right on the back of every box. To develop better products and improve our software, we ask users to share feedback early and often.
Day.
OnePlus has come a long way since we started. It's really incredible that we've been able to establish ourselves as such a key player in a really competitive industry. And it really just comes down to one simple idea, which is just to create the best user experience.
How much is it going to cost? OnePlus 5 will retail for $479 in the US and 499 euros in Europe.